Hey everyone, it's Wendy Hutchinson with Alinea Life Coaching. I have not put out a video in a really long time, and I'm just getting ready to publish a book that I wrote. It's called Finding the Path of Me, and it's probably going to be available for sale next week, which is Thanksgiving week 2021. And I felt like I should come on and introduce myself to a lot of you because even though you follow me on social media, we may not know each other personally, or maybe you are a subscriber of my YouTube channel, but I'm always interviewing people, so you may not know a lot about me. So I wanted to come on and just share some information about who I am, what I do, what inspired me to write this story, and just give you a little bit of background. So I am turning 56 this year. I know those numbers keep ticking by. In December is my birthday, and I'm turning 56. And when I was in my 40s, I'll probably say mid 40s, I had this kind of wake up call in my life. I had been really programmed to work hard, strive hard, go for success, earn money, make sure my kids were on point, and show the world how successful I was. It's a cultural thing. I'm clearly Asian. If you're looking at this video, I'm Hawaiian, Chinese, and Caucasian, a whole mess of Caucasian. I'm Filipino and Spanish. So I have a lot of different nationalities. And my culture growing up in Hawaii was primarily Chinese and Hawaiian. So family values were super important. But on the Asian side, I would say success is paramount. And that's just something you kind of absorb. It's not only coming from your immediate family and parents, it's coming from your family gatherings, extended family gatherings or cultural celebrations. It's just kind of imprinted and embedded in who we are. So I grew up in that mindset, and my whole life, I was taught that you are defined by that. Your worth and value is defined by your material success, by your academic success, by success as defined by my culture. And it created a lot of vulnerability and insecurity in me, because when you're in that program, and it is a program, you feel like you're never enough. And so I had this inner angst, I guess I would describe it as. Even though I was very happy, I had a beautiful life, it never felt like I was doing enough, achieving enough, successful enough. You're just never enough. That was just the messaging that I took in. And so from that space, I really pushed my kids because I wanted them to be successful. I really fought a lot of feelings of being less than, not good enough, not worthy. And I felt like I had to give all the time and not ever receive. I had a lot of trouble because I didn't feel worthy of it. Receiving abundance, receiving joy, receiving love, like really opening my heart to receiving it, because I was so armored up all the time. Part of that programming is you don't show vulnerability. You don't get ahead by showing vulnerability. That's weakness. That's failure. So you know what you do? You armor up. You armor up. You show up. You don't complain. You don't ever tell people when you're suffering, ever. That's like rule number one. You do not show vulnerability, ever. And I was so good at it. But the flip side of it is it's such a lonely road. It is so hard to navigate life and not be seen. And the reason you're not seen is because you're so busy being in service to others, you don't see yourself. You can't be seen and valued when you don't see and value yourself. So that was a huge lesson for me, was coming through that process of rediscovering who I am as my authentic self. And it's been a journey, I'll tell you. It's been a huge journey. I really wanted to change who I was and how I was showing up, but I didn't know how. I had no tools, you know. I'm not religious. I didn't do vulnerability, so I wasn't talking to friends and family about how I felt. And I really suffered a lot. I really suffered silently a lot. My husband had no idea, my family, my friends, no one knew. I was so good at wearing that mask, showing up with a smile on my face, and doing what you expected me to do. You want to volunteer? I'm there. You need a volunteer at school? I'm there. You need someone to pick your kids up? I'm there. Drive them to sports? I'm there, you know, but I was not there for myself. So my biggest lesson in life has been to really learn to value who I am, my time, my energy. And when I started to bring all of that energy and all those pieces of me back in, it was like I could take a deep breath. I could really, really connect to who I am authentically. And when I became whole and complete and did all my healing, my inner healing, I didn't care anymore what people thought. I was so driven in my thoughts and behaviors and choices in my life by worrying about, well, wow, what if someone doesn't like me, or what if someone doesn't appreciate me or doesn't agree with my perspective? I better keep that to myself, or whatever it is, right? I was so programmed that you have to do what's expected of you. You have to meet the dreams and expectations of other people, your parents, your mom, your friends, your family. You know, maybe you're an artist, but your mom wants you to be a nurse and she's pushing you, and you have no choice. She's paying for that education and you are going to be a nurse, and you are not going to, that's not your dream. You're fulfilling your mom's dream. How many of you out there are fulfilling your parents' dream? You're living their dream. You're not living your dream. So taking back my energy, reconnecting to my authentic self, finding out what my core values are and who I am was a game changer. Finding out what values were truly mine and what values were programmed in was huge, because I had just gone along in my life without questioning anything. I just did what I was told. I was like this unconscious person humming along, trying to fit in boxes that I didn't belong in because that's what I was told I was supposed to do. And at the end of the day, I realized this is bullshit. I don't even align with any of this. I don't align with my Catholic upbringing. I'm not Catholic. I am not. And to those of you who are, I honor you for following that path because that resonates with you. It just didn't resonate with me. That doesn't mean anything is right or wrong. It just means for me, it wasn't for me, you know? So I wasn't religious. I'm a seeker of knowledge. Life is my religion. Love is my religion. Connection, unity, energy is all my religion. And really, is it even a religion or just a way of being? Because what we are doing is assimilating and taking in information from all aspects in our lives and then creating a core set of values that we follow. And from that belief system, that's how we show up in the world. So I'm here to encourage you to really step back and get really curious about the beliefs that you're choosing, the patterns you're following, the choices you're making in your life. Are you fulfilling someone else's dream and crushing your own? Because it's really important right now for you to step into your light, We have all come here for this incredible show as Earth transitions into a completely higher vibrational space and dimension, a completely new world vibrationally. I'm talking about energetically, dimensionally. A higher frequency attracts an experience in human life that's in resonance with that higher frequency. That's the dimensional shift. We're not packing a bag and going somewhere. We are shifting and alchemizing our energy. We are healing and releasing lower density, fear, frequencies that no longer serve us, people that no longer serve us. Anything that is lower vibrational has to go. And as we release that, as we cut that ballast, as we have self-awareness, as we make choices where we align with ourselves, that is when you shift. That is when you will notice energetically you're feeling lighter. Energetically, you're inviting more joy. Energetically, you're attracting more abundance. You are attracting people who are in resonance with who you are. We are a society of people who have been running with sandbags behind us, holding the weight of the world, holding on to beliefs that don't align with who we are, holding on to people we've long outgrown, holding on to obligation, guilt, all this crap that has no place in the new world you're creating for yourself. So I made a commitment to me. I made a commitment to play the role that I have come here to play for humanity, which is to show up as my authentic self, to hold my frequency, to align with my truth, to stand in my power, to get up when I get knocked down. I get up and keep going. And I'm here to encourage you all to do the same. Have the courage to be you, because you are here for a reason. And the longer you deny who you are, the people who would have benefited from you standing in your light and showing up as the fullest expression of yourself in all things, lose. They lose out. Because you decided to remain small. You decided to fit in the box you don't belong in. So I didn't realize this was going to be a pep talk for y'all. I thought I was going to talk to you about my journey. But apparently, I feel called to tell you it's time to stand in your power. It's time for you to shine your light. It's time for you to take back everything that you have given and receive the abundance that you deserve. And on that note, I want to mention that that's what my book is about. It's a guide. It's a guidebook for ascension. It's based on my personal experience, and it is a guide that shows you the different stages that I went through in my soul evolution and in returning to myself. And there are so much rich content in there. There are journal prompts at the end for you to reconnect and do some further self-exploration. There are tools. There's so much in there. Anyway, it's going to go live next week, Finding the Path of Me. It's going to be on Amazon, in Kindle, and also paperback. I hope you'll think about it. I hope you'll think about purchasing a copy next week, towards the end of Thanksgiving for sure. Thanksgiving week, it should be out. And I just want to thank you for being here with me. Thanks for joining me on social media. Thank you for being here on YouTube. Thank you for being you, because without you, the world would not be the same. The world is a better place because you're here. So I hope y'all have a beautiful week, have beautiful holidays, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.